Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is cryptocurrency. What is good, guys? Wanted to shoot a quick video. I know I've been gone for a little bit, running around, doing my thing, making money. But guys, lots of loot, lots of news going on in the digital asset space. And if I'm going to go on any kind of mantra, it is going to be that we refer to this space as a digital asset space rather than cryptos and cryptocurrency. But a lot of things, if you guys can help me do that, that would be awesome. But a lot of things are going on in the digital asset space that it is just like, it's undeniable what's going to happen. We are moving to a digital economy. We are moving into the digital world, and the internet of value is literally being built out right before our very eyes. And we're going to be able to say, in terms of the digital asset space, that we were there in the beginning. And I tell you, the greater, it's funny too, because all the risk is now. It's in this phase, and it's in 2012, 2013, but it's going to be the greater reward, right? So those of us who take a chance now will have a greater reward. It's easier. It'll be easier in 2020. It'll be easier in 2021 to look into this space. It'll be easier in 2022 to look into this space, but the rewards will not be as great as they are now, because the risk is higher. That's just how it works and how the world works. So I want to go over a couple of videos that I had a chance to check out a couple, 3 days ago. So Jungle Link did a video about the modern investor, calling for an XRP price of $30 to $40 during the next bull run. He did because I went to watch the video. He did a price quote on the top, whatever, 10, 20 digital assets, and his price prediction for the next bull runs. Smart guy, I think, the modern investor. But in any case, so I thought about that, $30 to $40 during the next bull run, and a lot of people out there believe, quote unquote experts believe, that the bull run, when it does start, is going to last for nearly 2 years. So that is going to be massive. $30 to $40 XRP is crazy good, but I believe it's going to get there. I believe it's going to get to points, not during this next bull run, but it's going to get to prices that will blow people's mind. So guys, what do you think about that? That's an interesting thing that the modern investor did. And again, I think he's a smart guy. Another video that I watched the other day, but again, it doesn't matter what that price is going to be for XRP if people don't own it, right? So the greatest digital asset ever created, if you don't own any, what does it matter, right? So a lot of people get hung up, and it's the greatest deception ever. People get hung up on the price of where it is now and how long it's been in this range. I'm telling you, it's the biggest sucker bet ever to get hung up on that price. It really, truly is. Because remember, it was at this price or even lower, 20 cents maybe, before it did its thing and went up to $3.70-something. And I think it did that in less than a month. So just think about that, right? Just think about that. But yeah, so $30 to $40 XRP, absolutely amazing. I'm excited for where it's going. I know in my heart of hearts that it is the greatest digital asset ever created. So another video I watched early this morning was from To the Lifeboats and Sam I Am, and he got turned on to something called AIIB 4 months ago. He did a video on it in reference to Swift, and of course, he'll do his he's kind of looking into something that the Variable guy or some guy called Marvin Gaye. He called himself Marvin Gaye. But in that video, they were talking about the AIIB and how is somehow the Swift thing. Swift is either going to be eliminated or taken down a peg or two. It's kind of the whole was kind of what the video was about. But it was also about gold was going to come back into, the backing for fiat currency and digital asset. And a lot of people know all you got to do is kind of do your homework and do your due diligence and just check out why nations upon nations upon nations are accumulating more and more gold, buying back gold from the U.S., whatever it is, getting the gold back from the U.S., just accumulating gold. And so it seriously looks like gold is going to be backing digital assets. Fiat currency is not going away, but again, it's going to be the second or third in terms of tiers, in terms of what people would want most, what would nations want the most. And XRP is going to be the liquidity to move these assets around. And that, obviously to me, that makes 100%, it makes sense. How XRP is going to be a world currency or world reserve currency, it doesn't matter what it's going to be. Liquidity, the bottom line, it is a liquidity provider. That's the bottom line. That's, in the end, that is the deal. Because the global economic crisis stems from the lack of liquidity. So in the end, XRP is that one, because it will provide that. What other ways it's used, however the IMF will use it, is incidental. Its use case is in the liquidity that it provides. That's the bottom line. Whether it's going to be, moving stuff, or whether it's going to become this reserve currency, liquidity is its greatest asset because it's a world crisis that it's helping to solve, and that's the bottom line. So that, obviously, they're going to, they're doing things, the company Ripple is doing things to provide more and more use cases. I mean, that's all over the news. Just do homework with that. But again, what does it matter if you don't own any of it? What does it matter? It's funny because I made a decision to get out of Bitcoin and increase our position in XRP and other digital assets. When it was, when Bitcoin was like 3,600, 3,400, I decided to do that because I wanted to have a strong position with the greatest digital asset ever created. And even if it's something that, the biggest challenge is Bitcoin can come into fruition first because it has first movers advantage, right? It's that name, it has name recognition. So you can see your value in holding it sooner than perhaps you can see your value in owning other digital assets. But the return on the other digital assets is greater, even if you have to wait longer for that to come into fruition. So that's the choice that I made, and I'm going to hold strong on that. I think it is important to own a certain amount of Bitcoin, even if you just own one or less. Owning some is, in my humble opinion, this is not financial advice. It's a smart thing to do, and I'm just waiting for Bitcoin to do its retracement thing, which it will inevitably do. Hopefully get back down to the 3,000s, whatever, so I can purchase some before it goes on the parabolic bull run. And I believe that is happening, but I don't think it's going to be happening during the summer. I think it's going to happen in the fall. So, end of August, September, end of August, September, October. That's when I believe the parabolic is going to happen. So we shall see. In either case, I still think the best move for the average Joe and the average Jane is to hold the other digital assets and increase your position in those, because it has the greatest chance for the biggest gains, right? I mean, Bitcoin is never going to be $100. It's never going to be $300. So the chance for the biggest gains are not there, although I think it is smart to own some of it. So hopefully it'll get down to the 4,000, or even 3,800, 3,600. And then, we'll look at it and say, okay, do I want to own, 3/4 of a Bitcoin, or do I want to own a Bitcoin? And just kind of go there just to say that it had it, because I just think that it is you don't want to be the person who say, you didn't own some Bitcoin, or you don't own a Bitcoin, because hey, you're gonna own one, and when it does what it does, it does what it does. It's gonna still be a great return on your money, even if you buy it at 4,000. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I may end up with the half. It all kind of depends. For me, I'm focused on. For me personally, I'm focused on Cardano, VeChain, and Hollow Chain. Again, for me, that's what I'm doing. And I do believe at one point we won't have to cash out the XRP. My strategy is own enough digital assets, to not have to cash out as much XRP. So that's kind of the strategy there. Doesn't matter what the digital asset is. If it can make money, it can make money, and hold on to the XRP as long as not have to cash out as much XRP. Because I have the other digital assets that you can take 5 figures to 6 figures and just kind of profit and just kind of chill with those. So that's kind of the goal, right? So for things like Cardano and VeChain and Hollow and even Electroneum, just to have some, you can kind of cash out again in that 5-figure to 6-figure kind of deal in the fiat currency, cash that out, kind of just play with that, have that, to eat on, if you will, and not have to mess around with too much of the XRP. It's my ultimate goal. How I get there is we'll see. Because VeChain is awesome and it's going to make money because it's a great project, but it's not the greatest digital asset ever created. It's a great project, but it's not the greatest ever. And I think the thing that you want to hold on to for the long haul, 5-10 years from now, and it's in my humble opinion, and this is not financial advice, you have to do your own due diligence, but for me, it is XRP. So the digital asset space is exciting. So many great things are happening. I hope that you're taking advantage of these prices now, right? And increasing your position, if you will. Hollow Chain was down to 17 Satoshis just yesterday. I think it's at 18 now. So just think about that. It's crazy. VeChain just kind of hanging out at 1 cent, right? But I tell you, it's been wow. I don't know. It's been interesting these last 3 months. We've been traveling a ton, and so it's been really, really interesting. Just went to New York the other day, hung out just for the night. Went to a networking event. We stayed at the Chatwal, Chatwal hotel. That was nice. On the way out, right, valet bringing up the car, and the Clintons are pulling up. Secret Service everywhere. It's crazy because we were sitting in the lobby of the hotel, and the Secret Service right there. There's a couple of guys just hanging there and talking to someone, and I go get the car. Guy goes to get the car. I'm hanging out with him, talking to him, the valet guy, and then next this big van pulls up, and there's Bill Clinton pulling up. Heading out and waiting for Hillary. Hillary comes out. They go walking into the hotel that we stayed in that night, and looks like they were having a lunch at an event there, and that was pretty cool. But so that's kind of the life of the entrepreneur, and had a chance to see them. That was really, really cool. So hopefully can kind of get back into increasing our position some more over the next couple of months, because I do think that June is going to see it's going to be big retracement for Bitcoin, which is just for me means a chance to increase position in other digital assets. So I got some goals that I got to look at for the digital asset space, and guys, going to be gone in June, traveling again more. So guys, so that's the deal. Lots of great things happening in the digital asset space. Are you taking advantage of it is the big question. Yes, I was at that networking event talking with a young lady, and she was talking about digital assets. I was surprised, but she was, and had not heard, guys, had not heard of XRP. So I just turned on to it. Look into this. Do your homework. Go to livecoinwatch.com. Click on XRP. Learn more about the greatest digital asset ever created. So hopefully, she knew about Litecoin, and some other stuff, but she did not know about XRP. So that's the deal, right? Kind of got to let people know. Just people don't know what they don't know, right? So I turned on to that. Hopefully, she will take advantage of that. So guys, do you feel good about where you are in the space? Do you feel good about that? Do you feel good about this digital asset space? And I tell you, the greater patience that you have, the more that you have to be patient is a good thing. The more that you have to be disciplined in your position is a good thing. That is a good thing. Because when the bull run comes, you're going to be rewarded and you're going to feel good about it. And I think that's the thing that is so awesome for us, the average Joe and the average Jane, is we're learning about the discipline that's required to make massive gains. And that is awesome, because before we didn't have that chance, because this whole accredited investor thing, where we didn't have a chance to learn the disciplines that it takes to become wealthy. And now we have that shot. And so I hope that you're exercising discipline and patience, right? You don't have to be that day trader taking 2% gains, 1% gains a day. You can just take, you can take the disciplined approach to any kind of wealth accumulation, and that is patience through the bear markets. So that's it for this video, guys. I just wanted to say, hey, check back in with you guys. I got a couple of messages from people, hey man, we missed your videos, what's going on? So I wanted to hop on here and say we are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? And guys, never ever forget that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. Never ever forget that. This is our chance to win. We are, in fact, in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? And here's what I do know. The battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it, guys. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon. See ya. Bye.